Hello, welcome to HITC Sport, and don't worry, your beloved scarf is back. Priced above, I go another video with, oh Irish guy, without your scarf, what else will I have to masturbate to in the shower? That's at 13 seconds in and I've already f***ed the ad revenue. Oh, by the way lads, remember that mockumentary video about Man City where I basically jumped in a lake, scared the ducks, and used this guy so I wouldn't ruin the remaining dust mites of my career? Well, I have another one of these coming up soon, so keep your eyes peeled. And yes, I do expect you to sit right in front of your computer screen waiting for me to upload. Please don't do that, lads. Anyway, on to the Premier League. Let's see what happened over the last week. Let's crack on, lads. So Huddersfield and West Ham played out a 1-1 draw. Huddersfield really could have done with winning that. I'll be honest, for the first 6 months of the season, that club looked about as dead as Mother Teresa's sex life. Rooted to the foot of the floor, getting beat every week. They were finding it harder to score than Harvey Weinstein in a nightclub. But they beat Fulham in midweek, and then they took the lead against West Ham through Alex Pritchard, and then it was all ruined when Philippe Anderson scored the equaliser. It just sort of ruined their week and kind of put them back in the relegation zone. And just like the odds on Miley Cyrus living past 40, I don't hold out much hope. That was ridiculously harsh. I'm guessing Southampton fans pretty much spent the weekend wishing they could stuff referee Simon Hooper's head into a toaster after his decision to disallow Charlie Austin's offside goal, which he really should have given, and effectively cost them 2 points. The Saints played out a boring 1-1 draw with Watford. Danny Ings went off injured, what else is new? And then Charlie Austin came out after the game and looked as though he was ready to march into the referee's dressing room and take a shit on his desk. Okay, imagine this scenario. You have a bladder about as leaky as an iCloud database. Just on that, remember the oh so creepily named fappening? Jesus Christ, 14-year-olds didn't leave their bedroom for about a week. Neither did any of the kids in my parish, but that's because Father Matthews was out on bail. You have a leaky bladder. Where is the last place you'd want to be for 90 minutes? Probably in a f***ing water park or something. I don't know where I'm going with this analogy. My point is that you don't bring a Fulham defence held together by sellotape, sticky glue, and the remaining shreds of confidence that are rooted to the floor of a dressing room. Go to Anfield where goals are plentiful and expect to survive. Like, put a Fulham defence on that Anfield pitch. What do you really think is going to happen? It's like giving an alcoholic a batch of whiskey or my mother a box of heroin. It's not going to end well. So many Christmases ruined. Obviously Fulham were going to lose. Liverpool's front three ran them ragged, but I was more impressed with the performances of their fullbacks. The rise of Andrew Robertson is great to watch, considering me and they were pretty much in the same box back in 2012. Now he gets paid 60 grand a week to play in the Premier League, while I live in a sweaty box shouting into a f***ing camera for a living. Trent Alexander-Arnold tirelessly worked hard, slogging away up and down that right wing, repeatedly getting into that box as if it belonged to a pregnant woman from Sheffield. Mohamed Salah scored. By the way, he got a statue unveiled in Egypt. I'm sorry, but who keeps designing these statues? I mean, this could almost pass for Art Garfunkel if it didn't have the body of a malnourished 8-year-old boy. Anyway, he scored 14 seconds after Mitrovic had a goal disallowed for offside. Fair enough, it was offside, but the ball was still moving when Alisson took the resulting free kick, so probably shouldn't have stood. Anyway, Shaqiri scored a second, moving Liverpool temporarily top of the league, forcing them to spend their Sunday afternoon cheering on Manchester United. Oh, it's this guy again. Hooray!
Newcastle 2, Bournemouth 1. How are we feeling after that?
Yeah, that's a creepy laugh.
Terminal illness, flu, common cold. If you're positive, you can recover.
Genius plan. Off I pop to the Burns ward and tell everyone to lighten the f*** up.
Look at the Newcastle now, baby. Woo!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at how dead he is in the eyes. It's like my mother when she tells me she loves me.
If we get 6th, I'm not happy this season.
I say you won't be happy unless you're snorting 3 grams of Morocco's finest off the arse of some fat bird in the KFC toilets.
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
It's literally like when you bring your dog to the f***ing vet.
Who let the dogs out?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Who let the dogs out?
Whoa! 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 Whoa!
Who let the dogs out?
Whoa! 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 Man City, Man United, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea, we're coming for you, baby! We're coming!
That's nice because the men in white coats are coming for you.
We've played the best, we're gonna fucking decimate the rest.
We're going to decimate the rest. Is he referring to his brain cells?
He has! He's been here since the 40s.
You leave him alone, he's just looking for the bus. Oh good Moses, this is the last man you want to be sculpting the minds of our future. Wait a minute, who invited their dad? Okay, moving on from Jesus Christ. Newcastle beat Bournemouth 2-1. Goals from Solomon Rondon edging them to a 2-1 win. For a side like Newcastle, that is about as rare as finding condoms in Charlie Sheen's wallet. When Mike Ashley took over, Bournemouth were on the brink of extinction while Newcastle were aiming for Europe. Now they're celebrating a 1-goal victory over this team as if they're a 12-year-old who's just discovered their first boner. It's sort of tragic what this club has become. And I'm not just talking about crazed meth addicts barking like an epileptic dog not 6 feet from the stadium. It's like those lads from Geordie Shore. When their supply of protein shakes, creatine and roids runs out after about 40 years, leaving them with wrinkles, love handles and a beer belly the size of Texas. They'll no longer be out in the town looking for 10 out of 10 worldies. Instead they'll be down the local bingo rifling through the Susan Boyle lookalikes. But that is how Newcastle are nowadays, just clawing at anything resembling a win. Anything that even looks like 3 points. Juan Foyth had the weekend from hell last week. I mean, okay, it wasn't that bad. I mean, Tottenham still won, but he did give away 2 penalties against Wolves. It wasn't great. It was better this time, a man of the match display and a winning goal at Sellers Park as Tottenham won 1-0. Good win for Spurs, they keep plugging away. As for Palace, they look about as threatening as Alfie Days at a fucking book signing. Leicester played out a goalless draw with Burnley. Probably fitting that there were no goals because it wasn't really about football. It was more just paying respect to obviously the late owner. Yeah, it was just a real fitting way to say goodbye. And it was great to see Nigel Pearson alongside Claudio Ranieri. I mean, it was great. Nigel Pearson won them a trophy. Claudio Ranieri won them a trophy. Craig Shakespeare kept the local takeaways in business. It was great. It was really good to see. Everton travelled to Chelsea and you think, play Ross Barty against his old cup. No, kept him on the bench. Didn't really work. Henrik Mkhitaryan rescued a point for Arsenal against Wolves. It was a pretty bad performance from Arsenal. They were pretty lucky to get a point out of it, to be honest. Cardiff City picked up a massive win over Brighton. Sol Bamba scoring a last minute winner after Dale Stephens had been earlier sent off, sending the Welsh home happy and rendering every sheep within a 40-mile radius of the stadium as having an endangered arsehole. Now, of course, the Manchester derby.
Every time this team, you support them, waste your time, and man's...
No, don't do it. No, don't do it. No, he's cutting it. He's cutting it. Jesus Christ, I sound like I'm commentating on a live stream of an emo slumber party. For United fans, this must be pretty miserable. You're up against a club you used to lord over. You used to bully. For God's sake, they lost 8-1 at Middlesbrough 10 years ago. And now suddenly you're the ones getting bullied. You're the ones getting laughed at. Suddenly the little brother has grown up. He's grown muscles and he is beating the shit out of you. He is pretty much untouchable. Even Balotelli is sticking the knife in. Look, back in the day, a result like this might have been surprising. Not now. No. Nowadays, it's just sort of like, yeah, whatever. Like, City are just a few steps ahead of United. They're light years ahead of them. Look at it this way, right? How many United players would get into the City first team? You might say De Gea. I don't think so, to be honest. I know De Gea is a better keeper, but Ederson's better with the ball at his feet, and that's what Guardiola wants. So no, not him. Pogba, get out of here. Guardiola's a great boss, but back during the time together in Spain, Mourinho was well able to go head to head with him. Mourinho did beat him to the league title once. Guardiola's a wonderful coach and a brilliant tactician, but the man isn't just some sort of balded demigod. Mourinho is also one of the greatest managers in the world, alright? Give him the players and he can do something with it. Back the man, and I mean really back him, not extending Chris Smalling's contract and buying him another f***ing Fred. Then they could claw themselves back into contention, but I mean, as it is, their players will be doing well to get into the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, never mind City. Anyway, that's the end of the video, lads. If you have enjoyed, don't forget to give it a like, share, and subscribe, and as always, I'll talk to you in a while.